Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Nurshima. Today our group will present about online banking of CIMB Bank. My name is Amir Azri Ben Ridwan and I will present about introduction, which is background company of CIMB Bank. CIMB Bank, also known as a Commerce International Merchant Bankers Berhad, with 1,080 branches throughout the country. In conventional banking, the CIMB clicks provide the customer with almost all the services available, such as displaying account, making deposits, paying bills, and also managing finances. The aspect of online banking security remains challenging. CIMB clicks have faced many problems or threats with the information security this day. An information security program has therefore been used by CIMB to resolve this problem as a solution. A vital component of every enterprise is an information protection program. A successful information management program consists of a robust collection of policies and procedures for information security.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzul Azima binti Cik Azahari. I will present about problem that CIMB Bank face. The first problem is phishing attack on CIMB clicks. Phishing is a common form of cyber attack including login credential and credit card numbers, which is also used to steal user data. It happens when one of the employees from the finance department wants to make a bill payment using the company's email and computer. She used CIMB click to make things easier. After that, she got a pop-up notification requiring her to change the CIMB click's password immediately. She received an email after changing a new password saying that it was from the CIMB bank that she won the grand prize and received free online shopping voucher. She has to click on the malicious link in order to win the prize. The next day, she received a notice from her bank stating that she had reached a limited withdrawal. She was so surprised and panicked that yesterday she never made any withdrawals. To sum up, the worst part is that the machine seems to have a virus attack when it opens the office computer. They lost all the data inside the machine. The second problem is adware attack on CIMB clicks. Adware is considered a type of malicious program whose main objective is to gather information about users and their choice. To remove browser restrictions, the programs change the setting of browser, homepage, and default search engines. When the data collection is complete, the program starts running and the user gets a low-quality website in response to any request. One of the CIMB bank employees surfed the internet using an office computer. There were some ads showing on the website he opened when he was busy using the internet. The website told him if he wanted more details, he had to click yes, and without his permission, his computer starts downloading unwanted apps. Suddenly, his computer crashed, the website did not run as normal, and apparent system disruption caused major work delays. Numerous critical errors from different programs and the computer was rebooted regularly. All the data as well as his client data and the job he worked for and valuable data were lost and could not be discovered because he did not do a backup.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Natasha Beti Zamri. So next we move to solution approach, which is physical and environmental security that include guard, gate, lock, and key alarms. The terms physical and environmental security refer to measures taken to protect related system, building and supporting infrastructure from threat related to physical environment. Physical environment security is often overlooked, but it is very important in protecting the organization information. The physical security over the past few decades has become difficult for organization. The technology and computer environment now allow more compromise to occur due to increased vulnerabilities. For example, USB hard drive, laptop, tablet, and smartphone allow information to be lost or stolen by theft due to mobile access. Firstly is a CCTV guard and intrusion detection. If equipment is moved without consent, the system can detect there is an intrusion IDS and can be monitored and notify unauthorized entry. IDS is very important for security because the system can send alert if unexpected event occur or if access is attempted at an unusual time. Guards are very important part in a intrusion detection system because they have a more easily customizable than other security aspect. Among the action that can be taken are security officer can be in one location or patrol in CIMB region. While making round, a guard can keep doors and window closed, locked, and safe protected. Controller may have responsible for watching IDS and CCTV and may respond to suspicious and unwanted activity that can enlist to help of the police and local to help arrest the suspect if necessary and if they act suspiciously. Closed circuit or surveillance camera system use camera and recording equipment to provide visual protection. In area monitored by the camera, indicate light in the right area is very important. The camera may be too dim to capture the decent video quality needed to claim or identify interested people without having enough light. PT, PTZ camera are best for detecting suspect because the camera automatically detect and track the suspect. PTZ camera can detect object and things moving automatically through mechanical or application method. Camera that use software application have the ability change target and filter still image saving bandwidth and storage. Second is intrusion alarms. The alarms monitor various sensors and detect something suspicious. These devices are door and window contact, broken glass detector, motion detector, water sensor, and so on. The status change on the device trigger and alarms and can be heard loudly. In a cable system, the alarms detect a status change by the device by making short wiring. Types of alarms are preventive, repellence, and notification. Prevention alarms make it difficult for an attacker to get to the main sources by closing the doors and activating the locks. The repellence alarms use hard silence and bright light in an effort to force the attacker out of the site. Notification alarms send alarm signal via dial-up modems, internet access, and GSM cellular means. The siren issue may be silenced or heard depending on whether the organization is trying to catch the criminal on the act. CIMB uses all types of alarm to prevent the attacker. Lastly, auditing physical access. The audit physical access control system required the use of audit log and trace to determine where and when a person obtained fails entry into the facility or attempt to enter. Audit software and tools are detective, not preventive. Consistent audit route monitoring and access log are needed to act quickly and effectively. The system has no high value if the organization does not respond or respond quickly. Management need to know when there are incidents so that they can make safety decision and not endanger the life of others. Additional sources to the specific area or at certain time may be necessary to protect the environment. The access log and audit trail must include the date and time of the incident. This log should capture all fail access item, the person, employee information, and the location where the attacker attempt to enter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ramadan bin Baharin. And next we go to the other solutions approach, which is security consideration in computer supports and operations. It is include help desk integrations, defending against social engineering, and improving system administrations. Computer supports and operation refer to everything that is done to operate a computer system, which means it is includes both system management and activities that are external to the system to sustain its operation. And it is does not include structure, preparation, or design, and help and operation routine assignment that allow computer system to operate properly. And this is involve fixing software or hardware problem, loading and maintaining software, and helping users to solve the problem. Okay, firstly, we go to the help desk integration. It is a place where a user of information technology can call and get help with a problem. One individual with a phone number and a more or less organized understanding of how to deal with the problem that arises in simply a help desk. The World Wide Web provides the possibility of a modern, relatively cheap and reliable standard user interface to assist desks as well as call centers, and seems to promote more help desk service automations. Therefore, the CIMB company will use the incorporation of this help desk to respond to problems. Computer Support Center and IT Solution Center may be some common names for a help desk. Computer Support Center are a free source of information technology services for computer assistance. It is open to all currently enrolled CIMB company employees. The center can be used to help communicate and use the network and email system of the CIMB as a resource. Employee may report a network issue here, get help connecting to the wireless system, and get questions related to computer answered. For IT Solution Center, by offering a first point of contact for the rapid resolution of IT problems, the IT Solution Center is responsible for increasing the quality and competitiveness of the corporate community. Office technologies such as computing and other hardware will be sponsored by the CIMB IT Solution Center. The IT Solution Center will respond and solve the problem if any of technology cannot work well. Next, we go to the defending against social engineering. Social engineers are very proficient at tricking individuals to get what they want. They abuse our fundamental human nature by building confidence and trust. Whether they attempt to obtain classified information or gain access to a restricted area. As a result, social engineering poses a major security risk to the CIMB organization and should be part of its overall plan for risk management. This includes building a policy that executive management is committed to, cultivating a workforce that is aware of and how to reduce cyber security threats. Uh, procedure to stop a social engineer. For on-site security, some easy procedure to incorporate includes establish a calendar of vendors that are planned, creating a procedure for identity authentications, allocate the gatekeeper, and using badges on visitors. For security procedures over the phone, it include institute a practice of callback, which is if an employee receives an unwanted call where confidential or protection information is requested by the user, the normal protocol should be to call them back. Before calling back, they simply ask for their phone number and check that is it true. And for establish a procedure for verification, it means that the system should provide more than a few questions and include several checkpoints. Uh, it is an opportunity for company to educate them about cybersecurity and explain the value of safeguarding their personal information. Next, we move to improving system administration. System administration defines the management of one or more hardware and software systems. Uh, System administrators are also prime target for identity thief by techniques such as spear phishing. The main thing tough is that they are human and are likely to make mistakes. However, system management in CIMB can be made safer and easier with the following tips, which is understanding the privileged user. That means some guideline and regulation make a point regarding privilege which are not permitted at all by group admin account. And close the legacy privilege account. This involve all the default accounts that are supplied with application for the program and system, and find way of reducing error in system administration. It means that one can get feedback on the right device with the aid of system admin software, and their behavior can be double checked, thus reducing errors. And four, access should be limited, which means that error can also be avoided by giving only those devices that need short-term maintenance the right of the system administrator. And fifth, the encrypt of the data for the login. Most of the duty assigned to system administrator include managing remote devices that include login information as well as task instructions. Uh, since this provide hacker with a simple target, all the transmission must be encrypted. Six, make all IT device backup. IT device are bound to malfunction at one point or the other. However, in a short time, they can be restored and set up once more. Next, limit system administrator access to the data. System administrator only use data from application to complete their assigned tasks, and they do not need business data. Their right, however, grant them access to both. Therefore, in order to protect data, it is important to restrict their access using the required tool. Uh, 8. Safely dispose all devices. All IT devices contain information which can be used for their own gain by hacker. 9. Get ready to face auditor. Auditor are very involved in what is achieved by privileged user. Therefore, one must not only know how to connect a given system admin with their action, but it also important to maintain a privileged user tracking for audit trail of device admin background. And lastly, do not delegate donkey jobs to system administrator. The fact that most of their responsibility are routine is one reason why system administrator end up making mistakes. Thus, it can also relieve system administrator from boring work by automating some aspect of their task and using procedure and software to allow secure delegation to temporary and junior.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ada binti Saiful. Okay, next I will explain about the solution approach, which is computer security incident handling. They have 4 phases, which is incident detection, reaction, recovery, and follow-up. Okay, first, incident response is a coordinated approach to mitigating and handling the effect of a data breach in order to help to protect the data, reputation, and revenue of the organization. I will explain about all 4 phases in computer security incident handling. Okay, for phase 1, which is detecting incidents, they have 2 points, which is recruit security incident handling team and to identifying the security incidents. Okay, to overcome the phishing attack, CIMB Bank needs to recruit a computer security team to help minimize the effect of security threat. Okay, as cyber threat increase in number and complexity, incident response security team is a necessary fact. Besides that, the incident handling team also should identify the security incident from inside and outside organization, which might do unauthorized access or use of the system, software, or data. Next, to identify the security incident, they have 3 points, which is network device log, network flow, and to identify anti-spam software. Okay, concern must give to the logs from network device such as firewall and router because it provides a complete picture of the organization network, which usually configured to log block connection attempt. It also provides a little information about the nature of the activity in the organization. Okay, next, a network flow. It is a particular communication session occurring between hosts. Okay, by identify the router and other networking flow in organization, it can map out historical network trend, which can be used to track unusual network activity, which triggered by malware, data acceleration, and the others malicious act. Okay, plus IL team must identify anti-spam software used in CIMB Bank in order to eliminate any infectious threat in employee mailboxes. And CIMB also must come out with a good anti-spam software to reduce spam which contain malware, phishing attacks, and other malicious attack items. Next, I will explain about the second phase, which is reacting to incident. Okay, they have 2 points to highlight, which is creating an incident response policy and plan and containment strategies of CIMB Bank. Okay, by creating an incident response policy and plan, it will help employee to reduce loss or breach of information and interruption of incident caused service. Another benefit of incident management is the opportunity to use the information gathered during incident handling to help prepare future incidents and to enhance system and data protection. Okay, next, CIMB Bank must come up with containment strategies in order to prevent and to eliminate all these phishing attack and adware attacks. Okay, the strategies to eliminate phishing attack, which is to block the sender, block firewall and the URL or IP in proxy, user awareness email, and to monitor impact user account. Okay, as for adware attack, it must taking down the conduct application, disconnecting the affected network or network segment, and the last one is to stopping or powering down all the computer and network device in organization. I will proceed with the third phase, which is recovering. Okay, once the incident has been controlled and restored, recovery of the incident might begin. This phase is able to determine what must be done to restore the system. IR team should begin recovery operation based on the appropriate incident recovery section according to the IR plan. To have appropriate recovery for phishing attack, first, user must delete and eliminate all email from mailboxes, meaning that the users must send an update to the messaging team to remove phishing emails from all affected mailbox. Okay, next, to isolate devices or disconnect from infection. Okay, if a computer is found suspected, it must be removed from all computer and storage device. And to disconnect the infected computer from the network, shut it down or pull the power plug. Next, in order to recovery all information data from adware attacks, our team must come up with a defensive tool which is to encrypt the data. Okay, CIMB must encrypt their data in order to recover from a breach of the data. It is because hacker can discover confidential data that are impossible to interpret due to the CIMB data were encrypted. So, they have no longer vulnerable to the adware attacks, which contribute to a significant percentage of the organization workstation, and to decide how the tools will be retrieved and recovered in this situation. Okay, for the last phase, which is the fourth phase, post-incident activity follow-up. Okay, CIMB also need to hold a lesson learned meeting to assess the efficiency of the incident handling process and to identify appropriate improvement to internal security control and activities. Okay, this meeting provide an opportunity to conclude an incident by discussing what has happened or known as a follow-up to an incident. Okay, the question given in the meeting such as were any step or action taken that might have inhibit the recovery? How will this incident handled by the personnel and the administrator every time a similar event happen? And how well they exposed with this issue? And what additional strategies or tools are required to detect, access, and prevent future incidents? Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
And lastly, we go to the conclusion, which is the last part of this presentation. In conclusion, even though CIMB Bank is a well-known and well-established financial-based company, their organization also could be exposed to the security problem. All of these threats and attacks to the CIMB Bank might have a negative impact on the company operation since the issues are causing loss of substantial data or information, inappropriate access to information to the company. CIMB Bank also need to build up and enhance their security software in the system in order to avoid their security issue or attack in the CIMB Bank company. That's all from us. Thank you.